Hello everyone, welcome back to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest updates across South Sudan. Today news is one of our longest yet because so much is happening across South Sudan and beyond. From Unity State to New York, from Eastern Equatoria to capital Juba, we bring you the stories that matters. Today we are going to cover breaking news from Bentiu, where 24 teachers have been suspended after joining a peaceful protest calling for the release of Dr. Machar. Our second top story, we are going to talk about a special fact-check segment looking closely at Vice President Joseph Lagu's speech at the United Nations General Assembly, where she's speaking the truth or selling a fantasy. Our third top story, we are going to talk about a deadly raid in Kapoeta, South County. SPLM par faction disowned the attack and condemned violence. Our fourth story, we're going to talk about economic reform in Juba as President Salva Kiir Mayardit order cut to electricity tariff, but will ordinary citizens actually benefit? Stay tuned. By the end of this broadcast, you will have a full picture of where our country stands today. Before we proceed, please, I would like you to tap the channel by subscribing, and do not forget to hit the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin in Unity State, where controversial decision has shocked parent, student, and teacher. On September 25th, a peaceful demonstration was held inside the protection of civilian camp in Bentiu. People gathered with one demand: release Dr. Machar. Teachers were there, students were there, and community elder too. They worked together, carried placard, and chanted for peace. Witness told us the protest was calm. There was no fighting, no destruction, no violence. It was simply people raising their voices. But the next morning, on September 26, a very different story emerged. Mr. Stephen Mayel McCoy, the Director General of the Ministry of General Education and Instruction in Unity State, issued an order suspending 24 head teachers. All of them work in the school inside the bush. Now let us pause here. Think about this: suspending teachers for peaceful protest. What does this mean for education, for freedom of expression, for democracy itself? Parents are worried. They are worried a lot. If these teachers are removed, who will run the school? Who will guide the student? Remember, education in Poch is already fragile. Many classrooms are overcrowded. Teachers work without enough pay and resources are limited. Instead of supporting teachers, the government is punishing them, and that punishment will fall hardest on the children. We say teachers are not criminal, Teachers are not enemies of the state. Teachers are builders of the future. Suspending them send a dangerous message that politician is more important than education. Viewer, what do you think? Should teachers lose their job for attending a peaceful demonstration? Leave your comment below. Now let's move to the international stage. This week, Vice President Joseph Lagu spoke at the United Nations General Assembly in New York as chair of the Service Delivery Cluster. Her job is to explain South Sudan progress to the world. But was she honest? Let fact-check her claim. She said peace agreement is 60% implemented. Reality, according to the reconstituted joint monitoring, progress is stalled. Ceasefire violations continue. Reform are not moving and trust is collapsing. Number two, many refugees have returned and the diaspora is rebuilding the nation. Some refugees have returned, yes. UNHCR recorded 9,300 returned this year, but many returnees found no service and some went back to camp. Remittances are small. Verdict, partly true but exaggerated. She talked about agriculture as transformed and some states are food self-sufficient. Let's take a look at this. Reality, IPC say 7.7 million people face hunger, including malnourished children and mothers. Famine conditions are present in some areas. Verdict, it is misleading. A security sector reform is progressing and peace is spreading, she said. Unified forces are barely deployed. Clash between SSPDF and SPLIO continue, which means this is false. Number 5, Tuman Peace Initiative may be revived, she said. The reality is that senior officials declared it dead, which indicates that this is false. So viewer, when Josephine Lagu stood at the UN, she was not telling the whole truth. She painted rosy picture while millions of South Sudanese still suffer from hunger, insecurity, and displacement. And here is the question. If leaders lie to the world, how can the world trust them? And if they lie to the world, what about us, the citizens? Drop your answer in the comment. We want to hear from you. Our third top story, faction condemn Kapoeta source raid. Let us now turn to security news from Eastern Equatoria State. On September 25, a deadly raid struck at National Security Service based in Kapoeta, South Sudan. Report confirmed 5 national security personnel were killed and 9 others injured. The attack was claimed. SPLIO claimed that SPLIO spokesperson Colonel Lampol Gabriel said it was retaliation against government force accused of abuse, including looting property, abducting children, and arresting civilians. But here is the twist. The SPLMIO faction under Stephen Parkour immediately condemned the attack. They denied involvement and blamed it on anti-peace element loyal to Oyed Nathaniel. In a statement, Parkour faction say they remain committed to the 2018 peace deal and to preparing for the 2026 election. They praised Eastern Equatoria Governor Los Lobong for keeping peace in the state. This shows us two things. The SPLMIO is deeply divided into rival camps. Civilians are caught in the middle of this division. When opposition leaders fight among themselves, who protect the people, who bring real peace? This indicates that the SPLIO under Parkour and under Dr. Machar or under Nathaniel, yet they are not working together. Parkour is working with the President Salva Kiir, while Nathaniel yet is saying he is working under Dr. Riek Machar in Durgon. Our final story takes us to the capital, Juba, where Kiir cut Juba electricity tariff. President Salva Kiir has ordered electricity tariff to be reduced. The Juba Electricity Distribution Company, JETCO, announced the new rate. Families using under 100 units per month will now pay 27 cents instead of 30. Families using above 100 units will pay 28.5 cents instead of 31.6. Businesses and government users will also see reduction. The government has also taken a controlling 60% stake in JETCO, leaving Ezra Construction with 40%. On paper, this looks good, but let's be honest, cheaper electricity means nothing if only a few households are connected. Right now, less than 50,000 homes in Juba have electricity out of nearly 500,000 people. South Sudan has one of the lowest electricity access rate in the world, only 7%. Compare that to Kenya, where 75% of people have power. Policy analysis warn that corruption in the energy sector is still high. Unless the government fight corruption, expand access, and invest in solar and hydropower, tariff cut won't change much. One activist said it clearly, electricity is not a luxury, it is a necessity for education, business, and security. Without it, youth cannot study at night, business cannot grow, and crime continue in the darkness. So viewer, what do you think? Will this tariff cut reach your family, or is this just another empty announcement? Let's reflect on what we heard. Teachers suspended for demanding freedom and peace. A leader lying at the UN while people go hungry. Opposition faction divided while civilians pay the price. promises of cheap electricity, but millions still live in darkness. This is the reality of South Sudan today, but the people remain strong, hopeful, and determined. And here at Changfied News, we will continue to give you the truth. Now we turn to you, our audience. Tell us in the comment, should teacher be punished for protesting, for supporting Dr. Machar? Do you believe Josephine Lagu UN speech reflect reality on the ground? Will electricity reform really change in life in Juba? Your voice matter. Together we can push for truth, justice, and peace. Don't forget to subscribe to Changfied YouTube channel for more breaking news analysis and people-centered stories. Jawaban lingwas me bana raiketin kona lat karodi ray which ka South Sudan. Take a mugo no banyo ya kel gwada me lertin konten lat karodian bana ka linkel ka do bana chik to ka ja. Atu kon galer dang wan de kon ka ling jawon nyam bana kwen aken kono nyam mi jiram jidit gwas me gore jen wojin de subscribe ka Changfied YouTube channel ko de lerti de kan chamala shupkeji gwada dan en pai ka larich bana jo me ban je linkel ka do bana chik to ka ja. Jawon nyam bana kwen gwaseme gore jen obianam biajeling chajo lat gwaseme no rey which ka unit state ka Bentiu leranyam anono ko deo je jen bana lingone leranyam gwaseme chala ro ne rey wiki unit state cha ne cha ti chere to choko jen dang ro widong wan cha ka kapchong akume kirmi yadit ki akume marai ke kir anono chajo mo cha jalat ka chen dang ro de diech ka pai bangwan cha student cha teacher toni cha teacher la ngech ati jendang ro ngwan cha kapchong ko ken chi barar ka nok dien ka Dr. Machar ko chi ban chi peaceful demonstration di kana balat chala do ken cha kapchong kan dial gwan ken an wena ma chala do ne na si wurdan men la kodul gor ken binimi ka jodan chalat gwasme chala do jen cha warga che gor warga ku nen gwasme go chenetin kon tila chi teacher tila ngech cha kapchong ko cha nok dien ke shong den kel ke Dr. Machar cha janyot gwadadan ente IDP camte tere which ke unity state Dr. Machar ka jodan chalat gwasme yene yan ka je awa jena dan anjag mal ko shebeben netin wandir kere which win mien wo de mal derben ki de mal de je alika alon Dr. Machar wa kel me de mal de jenong wun Michel ke Mr. Stephen Mayel Makoy Jen Ramkel Mila, Director General of the Minister of General Education and Instruction, Ray Wiki Unity State, Ajaram Dan top order, and who can teach here Jandang Rodong Bakadil Kapchong, Tila Quarken Kakwar, a Jana quarter Baka Kapchong, ko can chicken what you can at all. Can nay to la quartich quar Dulgoritin, la quart student, wa Chika Barar, Portazeda and Shalat. Chala do chajo mo chaje luko kum kirma yadit wa chaga kapchong ajen chikan warga chikan gor gwada me warga mo beje nyoga yekel boni ko biaje ngaji yo emdan le roda ne tu ngware wujin winimi set ke ne rekola diet gan dier ken long kata dan let kum kirma yadit keje eno der ander barar be no be nyot kereng ma char ke de kapchong ke jen wi na mo wa je ke long reng ma char je ramadan be malbi no ke jodan chala ne de ko la diet anyoga no ba ngech ba ka kapchong wa nyu de jeno bu me long ko angane be gad be ke ngejone pre dul gortin kono ko ala kapchong tin ke ke ni tin kontin kule let ko bi mala mo ba we gwa ki bi ngich gan ba we gwa re wichin binemi cha jo me cha jala de no man chala ne to ki teacher ki wo teacher mone kum kirma yadi da wachi chong ka jiaka ka gor jano de kaneti content la kwade kan yom cher kan ten ko na me ba jangri ko wo ka wonya cha jo me cha jala de ken gwada dan en chicken newton warga me jen warga dan cha gore ken ramadan en la kwar man pai kon shude ling gwada me men chalke Mr. Stephen Mayel Makoy ajaram la Director General Minister of General Education jaram dana chiti chiera to chaka kapchong ki ne ko la ngech dienen gwada ma shud ken ken ton chala ru chena mo che lat ne ti ken ti chiera jan dang ro dung wan wa ken ngi ken ka kem ken various school ajan do badan en chi wan chi lat ke je bana me chi mo gwalon ko ngai kono no jin shit god chi chine la ngech chứ đâu nàng cái politic na mo chi chuông ke chi ma gwa no cha jo mo cha jo kwen na me dera jen nyam dana gorno de nyaga yekel ko gor kon bandin kon lat ko din bana ka ngach re wichin binami ano ko nguna lat ko rodi no ne no Leru diena bana nyoko mukwen kono gwasme bana roche ke kwi Josephine Lagu Josephine jaram ndan cha jaka kirme yadi de no che oke New York ko bo ra re wichin binemi ba chala do nene Josephine che roine to kong weekend oke kaini ki ti sha tok wa che gola re wichin binemi ka baka nyoka yekel ka jalere mene ko gor kono de kono kon lat rodien de kon ka ngaje gwa Josephine Lagu watin chalat gwada dana che alright gwada chaje jaktin kume kirme yadit ko jena vice president Josephine Lagu jen watch right United Nations General Assembly by week New York ajen cha jala chairman ki Ramadan en cha jugo no be message be YouTube che jo dana cha kambo che YouTube chit ke jo dung malka kitin kontore wika South Sudan ate gum chalat gwase me chala do nene ajena mal cha ja tan ajena 60% cha ka tu alo chi do ne 40% no no re wika ka South Sudan la mal dana gurke ka jo chalat gwase me la me chala de reconstituted joint monitoring body ne recon to malte pinjere wika South Sudan che kala do nene tela mal me chana lat tela 60% cha tu kodi en mal right now to court it and la ceasefire violation charge lat tel gwan me de mal daro nyam ko je tel me cha tu point de en mal wona jen ko collapse alo wona jen ka je charge go no man chalat sheke chal ka me Josephine Lagu charge go no e kaj tel 60% peace implementation me chalat chenga dor kan chak tong ne je ta jomo charge lat anyok chik chen lat gwase me ka queer refugees and content wika South Sudan eno chi refugees to wan chi rodi ri chi bare which ka South Sudan refugees to win to goal no ashit ke nyam chane ngaji no UNHCR chi kari pola den wona ne chup ke kin dang bangwan wi ku dang jok wa chi galun jok re wika neti 9300 chi galun jok re wika South Sudan ke ruone tar ano barantame awaka gwadi dan ci koriye togoje ci rodien nyoko merit ka rodien but ci Josephine Lagu ci la do nene ajene ci ne to ci ka luñ re wuj antamene dia luñ ka jok awana meni cha number cha exaggerated ci tok e ka amadan chalat e chega meni nyok gwada me ci nyok la den wonene agriculture e chaje aleka alo antame kristen tungwan alo wokon wa kon waje jegantame alo ci sten ci ka kon bi jekane agriculture has transformed and some states are food self-sufficient ajene cha agriculture cha to weda antama and kristen tandien jekan kon cha jegano mo e kaj wa ke report me cha non kai PC cha la do 7.7 million people wa to gare but 7.7 million ten lana te tere ba dan tama tele kon mi jekana wona ka gat tele mi cham kana wona ka maniken tele mi cham kana te fa mante tin ke bot no lo tele mugwa ala condition wona jen ka mi larek chala de men chawalat ka UN assembly chala do e catch misleading madana chalat en chega men mi chal ka me Josephine Lagu ke report dan chano wan den gwasa me charo ke security sector reform re which ka South Sudan ajene chi security charger yalika ka jaw dan chalat gwasa mene duno cha gwi no men chalat en chega me e catch ala unified force kana kon deploy kana kon mat gwaskel ngai kon no SSPDF kan SPLM tege nyenya tena kor adoba dien de fon de unify ga jema an security welat ka UN assembly gwadur kan mi aware kelew e kaj telemi chiro de latin chitko te security sector mi chari aleka e ki tena ga progress tin wa ka jeman chaw ladwin mona do dien de dien charo ke kwit man peace initiative to man peace initiative be jene jatin but kangai kon dia la chala do jen to man peace initiative e cheliw chelet chaje gek wa man chalat bani tonga mi ka kwit man peace initiative wa e kaj chi thok jen report dan che to bre which winemi wa riu de kelew e kaj teletom de tin na ngai kon dan le rode eno ran mi che kai ka ngum la tuok cha ya nyok lud ni nyok netin konti chaw letka nyok ngwat jo tin gwalut ka long metene world leader tigatin so ne dial kon go yeti kon lat korodien batin chawri aleka tin chawlat wa ka kai ni gan dial tele tom de tin so na me nongo kon ka ler do dien ka kwi Stephen Parkwall shere ga jito ka Kapoeta source che ja condemn ta dana chukuma SPLM chicken national security force no chicken magre wichin binemi la ban jome ban je linkel ka do badana en che condemn ka ja Parkwall ngai kono no ja Ramadan interim chairman chineka chicken madan shoda laden wo chukuma SPLM chicken yin ka SPDF chicken kuma SPLM chicken condemn tan je linkel gwas mene chala do ka Eastern Equatorial State ka chan dang ro wi de ka pai bangwan ron kin dang ro jan dang ro wi de to continent wa te ka ring mi to gan winmi gwan mi sha National Security Service based on ka Kapoeta source cha ka maktin ka chwa National Security Service force ne di chop ka diet wa chwa ne ken chwa na kan gwa da man ka chwa ne dang bangman chwa mu ka bot an jo me chala do ne shen ne ti chop diet cha kan nak jo me chala da kuma SPLM spokesperson Colin Lampol Gabriel according to Lampol Gabriel che jo me che jalat ajani kon loy ne ni man chalat SSPDF wan mi mo dway kanit ko la civilian kol kan kwak civilian kan na kan civilian banane konte la ji wit lora bang jan jan do dan wona respond ka jem you kan ne dang di you kan na kan dang bang di kan mo ka bo da nyok bo ci kan la no te ne di kan ka kap du no got me ci kum SPLM human kwala lead far call under par call chala do ne kana mina me man chala rai within winmi chine denied chi ka kon len mi na mone jenne irin kon lat kana mo kana par call and sorry kana o yana tenel ka jodan chalat par call jenne chi jaram dan and dong tegene itin kon nyin ke dini SSPDF ki national security jenne na ro de tin ko ngai kon no che gorno bagadin vol katin ko lat ka rodien chalat no ne me tele manangatin ne me akam dun kenetin kon tin right ke o yana tenel ko yana tanel jen taping dakang ma char chirma ngai kona par call taping kirma yadit chikan condemnation letter chikana gorano kan man chalat kan shine detin kachine condemn gwaddan chikume SPLM chikorin matkel ke National Salvation Front ki Equatoria gwan michigan National Security Service chikan ka joitin la kume dung kirma yadit chaladu na me agenda an shore lat re wichin binami mede kondi ala lingano si parkol chelo ko menana char ku mes filayu ngai kona parkol ne wal si ram kel ka kume dakeng machar but ko cover anything ko ba ku gijin wo jen by support but right now jojo go clearly no si ram mo mi ku dakeng machar ko chonga je kel jawr den ban nyoko mu ken kon gwasa me bana rach ke jawrana chalat President Salva Kiir yadit ka kui karaba ka mentere wech ka South Sudan kela de wona ne jene che karaba che gorno ba peg yone ka ba ga yutpin ban jelin kel mandana chelat gwasam men jagwada mere wech ka capital Juba ka joma chala da President Salva Kiir yadit Kiir che odor che jetup ka kui electricity ke karaba yodo kon la yor ka pintin jene ba yo ba ka ngok ka Juba Electricity Distribution Company men chal ke jetco jetco jen ngade company karaba kamila karaba la jatuba ka wajen charge na yotun wan cikin yadi chela da wona gwada me jene mit families tilla yote tilla 100 unit per month yorga pin jene ba bikan gereni jendang rid baro bikan ka european 100 unit power ngade da la power number power kamanan kula dai chingamo ke ta dana belet ke je ta bumeje no jene ba yor ganu pin gerendi jendang ro baro no wala yor na gerendi ti jendang dok pin bartam chala no ba yor 27 cent pin in a state of 30 cent nyok chala ro ne ji ching ti yor ka 28.5 cent pin ka karaba mi 100 unit jene ntame buga yor 31 jene ntame buga yor 28.5 pin chicken 31.6 bi yor go 31.6 no wona jan peg dala kana yor pin kana ji business ne kana government ba yo ken dial ba ga yor pin ci kum kir mi yadi ci kula do wona na jene ntama jene bi government be 60% ka jen jet ko be je control ala 60% be je control me jak jet ko company na mo la Ezra construction bu do na ken ke 40% alo pagan chido da ke kuye long bukuma ba pagan dine jan baja kam community ka ba you can di albaga yot pinga jaw dan chalat kan jet ko bitin ngi 40% the government but take 60% ke electricity reduction na chalat de ko na gujina mishi gwa by the way cause micha gor ke paper you know gwa long liengde ban ngai ko na gwa en gore week ka South Sudan changcha gor tele duam ba kara ba ya kap chong ba yo ko ba ka pinga je en jet ko company no mole electricity no mon jen ala goten ko ne dorin content wa dobe dor shop ko 50,000 home rewe ke Juba en electricity jega yot jega dor 50,000 ban ngai kon diale rewe ke South Sudan 2 million half of a million people ticketing to tele ka karaba tele mejekana jen ko ala no de karaba de jere ngai kon no South Sudan jen wekel mi tidot jok mi tekello west electricity access re we mon kelo de kon lar no la 7% karwa de ken kon jiga kar ba ko South Sudan wal 93% ku chuni ken lo tel kar ba changa kel ni ngadur gode ku kwene de gwani motel kar ba 7% karo din ken kar ba ma jala de wona ka Kenya 75% kan it kon la population dung je Kenya waje kan kar we mean that 25% karo din kan it kon take a village ten cha kar ba cha but 75% local are no mostly gen the whole population chicken karabe tung je no but gwada me ka so Sudan tel mi chala karabe chala den wo kirme yadi mi ramimo de karabe de je pin Kenya de kon joni economy go de je kon jot pin nyok pe ga di de me kana ngaj bon wo jena me baje la let ke cha je la let ko ngai kon yal te la ka gwar ke bawo dor baje tu badi nen tel me ba lat changa kel ka jo dana chala gwas me jakon ko de kon te ka men de kon te ngai ketin kon lat ko rodien so again gwada dan en gorno dong de confecting ke ler kon kalat president Kiir order dan jetup eno ba karabe ba yo yorpin again shalingo chan right bo ka ta dan en chi par kol chere jaka jen wo kum SPLM yo chicken met kamandan choda lat gwan me cha national security force ne shogo die cha kanektin kane dan bongo ne chamu ka board again chicken mer no ngai konen wo chi par kol de no la to ko jen chi pa de SPLM yo men to pin da cha so jo me jen ana gode nyo kon kel ken konuniam mi jiram jidit twany me deramo ka wir ka other latest news gwatmo ko bi tin kon twog bi calling ani bi ataka mal ban nyu jigala rodien bye bye